Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. I know the report is late for pretty much 12 hours, especially for those of you in Europe, but luckily, at least for the people and North America and so on, that report hopefully reach out in time for it. There's been a lot of shadow work, including this guy that's talking to you. He's been doing his inner work and shadow work. If you see the photos at the front of the video, you probably will guessing that expressions about the energies that it's coming. Um, and talking about those energies, sometimes you need to be really digging in. You need to stop these wars and have that uncomfortable talks. What you see here in the screen, that is going to be at the 5 o'clock afternoon energies. That is going to be when the moon is rising and the ascendant. And it's going to be opposing Mars and Uranus conjunctions in Taurus. With Mercury is been at T square. What do usually people do is they create all those uncomfortable situations, those uncomfortable communications, and this is when the internal warrior and the intuition inside of you have a fight, and those fights they can be actually um, transitioning from the inner self towards others, towards outer expression. If I must say that. And since Mercury is in Leo, is talking about that out expressions, but the Mercury is under the divine guidance from Saturn. And this is why that when you sometimes you're going through these tough times, you're going through these tough energies of the shadow work, you need to sit down and meditate. So that is a what the shadow work and meditations is gonna be coming in there because through the uncomfortable talks, you're actually rising up. And this energy is going to be coming in, it's going to be rising up. You're going to be feeling it from within you. That is a 5 o'clock energy. You're going to be able to see it. So with that been talk about it, I'm going to be giving you how this it's going to rise up from in the morning to the day. But that 5 o'clock is going to be showing you that it's time for you to look at that intuition within yourself, to sit down and meditate. The meditations within the shadow. And this is going to be a very particularly proper things in there because throughout the meditations, you're zipping up those uncomfortable self inner talks within yourself, but through the meditations, you are finding an answers. And when you meditate within the shadow within yourself, that is a when you are going to be able to rise up, to get this power going, to get those energies unfolding right in the front of your eyes. Okay, so this is the purpose of this. If you find yourself in a tough spot, you're gonna be really talking about also at the 3 o'clock energy that is gonna come in when you're gonna be working on that communications. So stay away from heated conversations at 3 o'clock. Period. Don't say I didn't say so. You will find out why, and so on. And this rising up of that energy is gonna come very, very much at 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, so to get you going up here, early in the morning, this is gonna be this focus of Mercury, the intuition, Mars, and Uranus fights. You're gonna be see those intense energies. You have to look at it in there, what that is, because something clearly asking for your attention. Okay, don't forget about it. The attention to it is the moon. All right, that is it. What are your emotions are leading you? That is the what are the energies is leading you. In a proper way, the moon it is trine with Saturn. basically going on with the teacher within yourself, but she's also trained with the sun. So intuition and authority have no issues in this case. The only thing the issue is right now is this confrontations with the part of the warrior within you, and are you having a faith as a warrior within the universe? And since Mercury is attaching into that for it, and Mercury has only one good aspect, which is that is it, the divine energies with Mars, with Saturn. I'm sorry, that is it about this fight with Mars that it goes in. The warrior have to choose that of the moment of anger, sit down and meditate. The moment you want to fight, you choose to understand yourself. The moment your intuition, this is all about go ahead and fight for it. It is about to sit down within your shadow. And with those energies right here, particularly we're talking about that the moon is in Scorpio, it is opposing Mars is in Taurus. Kind of like you're gonna be facing the energies of Mars within yourself because Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. And with those intense energies right now for it, take a look what you have at Scorpio. Mars is gonna be triggered and there to get in it within yourself to see at those moments. So this is going to be basically the energy at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, you're going to see the previews of these energies that you're going to face it. Exactly as I said, it's kind of like, what is this? Yeah, communications. You want to talk about something, you want to be discussing something, going to feel like communications broke down, situations is broke down, nothing really works. You're in your shadow. What is it supposed to work is in your shadow? What is the work in the underworld? Destructions of what's not working. That's all that is. So right now, this kind of like a communications is pointing out that the intuitions inside of it within you is like you sit down into the, to the pit. The pit, that is you are down into the rabbit hole. How are you gonna get yourself out of there? Is the question. And the answer is coming. The answer is it's coming is you need to put the divine communications within yourself. Those divine communications are coming from Saturn. All right. You need to reteach yourself not to act on days based of this intense energies, but understand it and be aware of that energy. What can lead in there? Because if you take those intensities, you do a lot of mess in your life, you do a lot of destructions in your life. Guess what is going to happen after you? Mess and destructions after your life. But if you take a moment to understand those energies not going to leading to anything good because from the cause and effect, in there you can create destructive cause and they're going to have the destructive effect. Then that turns to a karma. You have to fix it. You have to fix what you broke. I have to fix what is this. And you don't want to do that. So the divine is telling you is like calm down yourself out, go and meditate it, and talk to yourself completely different. So you can be able to break this pattern. So you can be able to focus of the cause and effect that it's going to be leading to a positive outcomes, to creative moments. And that creative moments are coming from the moon with Saturn and the sun. And the sun is very well, the authority is very well with Mars and Uranus. And this is why you're going to be feeling like torn apart, desire to go ahead and do this energies, but at the same time, you calm yourself down and it's like, oh, I know what it is. It's going. It's going to be a trigger, but this is it, what the shadow work does, guys. And if you go into that meditation state within the shadow, you're going to be able to conquer yourself. But it's going to require who? The warrior. And that warrior at 9 o'clock, that is what you are going to be looking into these issues. Okay. As you see it within Mars and Uranus together with the midheaven on your screen currently, very powerful energies with who? With Neptune, with the sun. Very powerful energies with Pluto. Powerful energies. They've been there. But that opposition is that squares with Mercury for it, it's going to be that challenge. What are you going to be telling yourself? Okay. What are you going to be telling yourself? Because the proper energies, you put that authority within yourself. Because nobody can put you on a meditations except you. You take a charge of your own self in there, calm down the warrior. You put that authority to put yourself in there. You go into the intuitions inside of you, and that intuition leads you to Saturn right there. It's like, hey, you see what happened in the past. Now it's time to tell different stories to the future. And this is why the gravity polarizations is very powerful. If you understand the gravitations that works, it has a two ways, one way in, one way out, but it can go and switch directions at any time. And by switching the directions, it creates a spinning effect. Okay. And without the energies in there, you change the directions of the way this will go. So if you talk divine connections within yourself, divine the energies within yourself, you're learning the wisdom. What is the wisdom? Awareness. So we took a lot that awareness in there within the intuitions inside of you. That is going to be able to actually heal patterns that maybe they were patterns from very long time ago. That is not even related to you in a way, but it is about collective work at the end of the day. All right, talking about the next tower, the ascendant is going to be at Virgo, squaring Jupiter. You feel like it's not growing, it's not moving. Yeah, it's temporary. Don't worry about that energies, but use the energies of the emotions right now with this. We're talking about authority and intuition working together with the story of the big wise guy on the sky, just Saturn. Okay. If you can go to for advice in the relationship to the most advices, kind of like a identity in the whole universe, where would you want to go? Who that one might be? Okay. A lot of what the people they putting this into the religion. It's the it can go to Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, in there and so on, or if you're in the Hindu religions to the gods for it. The ancients they were going into the temples and so on. But if you go even before that, you go to the pagans. Okay, for it, the pagans, what do they believe? They believe in the universe in there, and this is what you're gonna be seeking. That wisdom that it comes in inside. All right. Talking about the next hour, 11 o'clock. Of course, the duality is coming, but there is a lot of mass. It's similar to yesterday's mass. This is why one day evolving within the other for it. A lot of resolutions, a lot of understanding is going to come at the same time. You're going to feel this incredible power of like, okay, I have issues, here's the solutions. I have a situations, here is the answers. This is why that energies of friendliness it's coming because you put those things together. Kind of like okay, positive, negative, and divine. Let's all work in together. You see it this. That's the power of the oneness that you're seeking it within yourself. Very powerful energies coming from the sun and the moon to it as the moon is approaching more and more to this beautiful trine. The moon is at 21 degrees, Saturn is at 19, the sun is at 24. So the moon is going to be pulling off from Saturn, pulling off from this learning lessons with Saturn from yesterday, but she's going to be fixed more within the corporations through the emotions within who? within the authority. It's the same way the authority appreciates the existence of the intuition, as the same way the man respect the existence of the feminine and respects what the feminine said. It is the same thing. The intuitions is respect of the actions that the authority have to authorize to be made. But the actions are made by who? By the warrior within you, by Mars. So this is how those intense energies that actually is gonna comes in. We're gonna need to have what? Awareness and logic coming together to put those pieces together, to put those things together, and be mindful about Neptune opposing the ascendant and the midheaven in Gemini. This is like, oh yeah, I understand what it's all about, this and so on and so on, but I'm getting lost. You're getting lost because you're not working on the unifications from within yourself. But midheaven is in divine energies with the moon. You putting this togetherness, your intuition knows how to put the things together. This is your job to listen to that intuition. But you also have to, after you understanding this, you need to put the authority to execute it, to create the order. And who's gonna do the job? Is Mars. Because Mars is representing the actions within yourself. But Mars currently works with what? With the universe. And he's like, I have to obey this authority with the universe. If it's meant to be, the universe is going to set the things up. But you're in the shadow with a lot of kakapupu things. And guess what? You're allowing this to happen. So this processes today is going to be a very powerful within the conscious and the subconscious patterns, creating those bridges. And there. All right, talking about 12 o'clock in there, ascendant is at a Libra, midheaven is at Cancer. That energies is going to be focused within Venus. So if you have something in the first 5 degrees of Libra, very, very powerful energies because they're going to be working with Jupiter and Venus and Leo. Very interesting, very creative energies, but there is a lot of growth that is going to come with this. All right. Talking about 1 o'clock, this is the authority. As you see it in your screen, the high blue energies right up on the top, pretty much like 12 o'clock. In there, as if you see it as a clock, the authority seeking what it needs to authorize. And here is this moment in there when your intuition and Mars are coming is like, if you're fighting within, you have to sit down from within. That is the moment you're gonna realizing that the authority in there, it's gonna coming in. It's like, you know what, sit down with that. As the ascendant and Mercury point out, your exit, it's Saturn. So if you are mad, if you are angry, if you're so and so on, and you go to a spiritual teacher or you're going to this monastery, the Shaolin, without anger and aggravations, the first thing they're going to tell you, sit down and make peace with yourself. And this is what the authority is. Just sit down and make that internal peace from within yourself in there. And that's what I had to go through it. Find that peace within myself. Also, a great, great, powerful, uncomfortable talks. Because escaping those uncomfortable talks, you're not rising. You're not evolved. You're still in the old. And that is what the purpose is here. You're here to evolve. All right. Talking about the next hour up here, that is going to be. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. There he is. We're going to have a midheaven with Venus there. If you look at it, the growth right now, the growth is challenging you. If you have not changed, you're not gonna missing. You're missing the things. You may gonna feel because this is a Venus and Jupiter sextile. Very powerful time to grow this in there. But it's the same time, Mars and the Moon. It's getting energies too strong, too powerful to it. So at the same time, that energy that comes in as a conflict because it's connecting to Pluto, for it is asking for these transformations from within. And what are you gonna do with those transformations? So basically, this is the time like you're gonna go to the monastery. You're gonna be going through a person. You're gonna be having these communications. Why this is like this? Why I feel like this? You're asking the questions. Those questions can only find some answers where from within. And in the next hour, which is that's gonna be at 3 p.m., you see those energies, those red triangles in there. You're arriving at the monastery, and you all this is like you guys told me all this, you guys told me all that, I know all this, and so on. Why I don't have a peace? What is this all about? And the authority said, like, hey, look at it in this. What are you fighting for? Is that a word to fight? Why are you in the shadow right now? And the authority sees the intuition is in shadow. That is going to be the time of this energies that you're going to be actually deciding that you going to choose to seek the wisdom. This is when the warrior goes and finds the monastery to get his peace after a battle, to get himself this peace so he can prepare for better battle to come. And that is it, the evolution. See, the warrior doesn't evolve only on the fighting skills. The warrior evolves in the mental, psychology, and the spiritual realms. And this is why Mars in Uranus is going to be testing you. Are you ready to take those challenges in there within yourself? But you put yourself in this deep state of meditation and a comfortable talk to yourself. If you haven't watched the movie Little Buddha, go watch it. You can also go to the YouTube and put the ending scene of Little Buddha with Keanu Reeves. You're gonna understand exact this energy as I'm talking to you. You're gonna figure this out as was explained there. All right. Talking about the next hour, the ascendant, it's going pretty much within the moon. For it, you have that energy as the inner work of the communications. Hopefully, you choose to go down into the path of meditations. Of course, duality is gonna comes in. You don't see the growth as the midheaven is at Virgo. The ascendant is basically rising within the moon. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna see it in the event horizon in there, kind of like the moon begins to rising up into the sky between 4 and 5. You're gonna be able to see it because later on, at about 11 o'clock, that where the moon is gonna be kind of like in the midheaven position too, so you can see it in the middle of the sky. But the ascendant says like here, you're gonna have to working out in the intuition and the authority. So taking at all these energies with the authority, with Mars, with Neptune, with Saturn, and so on, you're gonna be able to take care of the flight within the spirit within yourself. This is how you're gonna get yourself out of the pit, out of the rabbit hole. But you can't get out of the rabbit hole if you don't figure it out why in the first place you're there. And the purpose to understand why you are there. The purpose is one, you to evolve, you to let go of destructive parents so you can turn them to a creative parents. You to create yourself for something better to come. All right, here's that 5 o'clock. See, when you meditate, you're gonna be able to see anything and everything. If you got into those energies, they were given to you. A while back, we had the similar, and it just was talking about that this is gonna come. Where at the moon, it's gonna be at this position in there. But I was not aware of that the energy is gonna be that much deep, that much powerful, and that much strength of what they are going to do. Because if I was able to see it within there, I won't be able to understand it at the current moment of time. Here is that moment of time. You to see within your intuition, what is that applied to you? What that is applied to you? Because you see, there is a problems. There is always a problems, but there is always a solution that comes with it, as long you understand question. And if you're understanding the questions, you are in that deep state of transformations and meditations is in there, that it's in order, and the proper talks within you. See, that's what the power of the meditation does. This is a kind of like a perfections within pretty much within all the planets. Everything is oneness. This is when you unite your bad side and a good side coming in together with you. You see, if you don't allow the shadow to leave, you're always gonna fight it. But if you unite the shadow and the soul within you during the meditations, you will find the areas of concerns and the positions of you to evolve. And that's what this structure that you see it right now in your screens is. Because you unifying things within yourself. Yes, I'm bad, but I know what I need to achieve. Yes, I'm great. I know how to do it. Yes, in the meditations, I know how the wisdom and awareness are coming with me. Yes, I can use the logic to get myself out and create something better. Yes, I'm going to authorize and execute all this. You see, this is what this energy of the shadow is. And that is going to help to create this power of connecting yourself with in the universe. You are one within the universe. So for everyone, is going to be a different. Uh, this depends of what your situations, where energies are, and you're going to be able to see it or sight inside of you, because that's what the intuition is going to bring. Very powerful moment. Use it. Okay, use it. All right. After using it there at 6 p.m., the midheaven goes into Libra. As you see at midheaven, it has a very beautiful balance. See, you balancing the things out. Now, the issues, the situations are remained, but you know how to tackle them. And the order to tackle them is as you gonna go into your deep state in there, you know how to execute it. First, before execution, you have to order it. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. But there is a difference between I am going to do this and you actually doing it. Because some people can sit in a chair and sit down and look at it in there. And like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then it's like, oh no, I'm too tired. I see that is a that execution within yourself that has to bring that courage, the strength and power. It's gonna come in from Mars, because you maybe feel tired from fight within your internal self. So the executions that it's gonna come in, it's gonna come in. If you feel tired and too exhausted, take a break. But it is about you to make the conscious choice that you're really gonna do it, you're really gonna execute it. But if you just say execute it, you never execute it, this energy is gonna come back and hunt you. Divine is gonna come in and help with that balance. They show you the road. Because if you authorize it and there is no actions, you don't have a balance. This is why the reason I was saying what's happening in the previous hour. You pay attentions to this, everything following. It's like I'm giving you a story and life in there that kind of like you follow it, the stories. But looking at in this, the ascendant is in divine energies with the sun. You're gonna find out that particular energies at 11 p.m. But the divine right now, it's coming from Neptune, Mars, and Uranus. And they said, here, following the divine path, execute the divine order. Where does the divine order comes in? From who? From your deep state of meditation, from Saturn. This is why Saturn is the most kind of like a occultic sacred planet there. Because where right there, it's the wisdom, the sacred wisdom in there. All right, talking about that 8 o'clock, the midheaven, it goes to Scorpio, reminds you about this divine growth shadow work that it's had to be done. Ascendant is with Capricorn towards Venus. It's about the love. It's a work with love. If you're gonna be doing what you are doing, you better doing it with love. That's what the pro is. The pro loves its work because you're doing it. It puts his love in there. But that energy is gonna come and it's gonna be like, here it is. It's all about you grow your love. Because if you were in the shadow, there was not enough love to shine in there. If you use the love to shine it within that shadow, that's what happened yesterday. What did you grow in there? You know, it's the same thing like you're going into the rabbit hole to grow in there. You go into the rabbit hole, you go through this process, but you're never the same after you get out. You're never the same. You're never the same after go through the dark night of the soul. You're never the same after you go through facing your shadow. You're always different. But hopefully that different is for good. Hopefully that is about the growth, the evolution that you choose to follow. All right. Here it's the 7th o'clock. The midheaven is at this energy that reminds you about 2 days ago where the moon was there. About that divine energy, it's divine balance. That you're gonna go to the shadow work about this divine balance, and now you're imbalanced to find the balance. Okay, this divine energies, it particularly was going against the authority, but now after you walk within the rabbit hole, after you get into the shower meditations and so on, you know how to authorize things. Because Mars and Uranus asking for divine actions with their authority. They don't want to have actions of a man-made balance that have imbalance within a spiritual realm. And this is what's the difference between control of the divine and yours. And this is what the things are imbalanced. And Pluto is going to bring these energies. You're going to be feeling those energies as the sun is moving more towards Leo. You're going to feel these pressures of the need of transformation. All right, talking about 9 o'clock. Midheaven is with the moon. You went through this situations. You saw the patterns are still, the energy is still intensified within these talks and communications and so on. But as the midheaven is with the moon, that is it. The moment is like, I clearly see it what I fight. I clearly see it what I win. I clearly see what else I need to win in there. But at least I learned the pattern of how to win by putting my shadow and my soul coming in together of what else I have to do. And this is going to be that energy of satisfaction. You're satisfied that you went out, you did that deep state of meditations. You choose to meditate instead of choosing to fight. You choose to be silent instead of have this destructive communications. You choose to act of the divine. You choose to act of these energies of ascended being in you. All right. Talking about that 10 o'clock energies there, the ascendant is at Aquarius. It's going to oppose Mercury. It's kind of like those energies of expression. It's kind of like still going to be bugging you. You see, the king and the queen type of mentality, that kind of like energies in there is like, I could have get it there. I could have. I'm the king. I'm the winner. I gotta say, and people who actually controls in there, uh, they create these wars. People who puts pressure, unnecessarily stuff, and this is what Mars is like. I'm sick and tired of this unnecessarily things. Let's get things right, and that is what Saturn wants to teach Mercury. Like, look at what you're telling yourself. Look at what you do. Is the new path? As you see that Aquarius is asking for one thing: growth. Very beautiful, powerful trine with Jupiter in there. But that Jupiter is sextiling with Venus. Growth in the love. So if you choose the old ways of hate, you're not gonna find the peace inside of you. You choose the energies of spiritual realm and the love. That's where the growth. And here is that energy of 11 o'clock. You did the divine authority, you did that deeper inner work, you did this, yes, but things has to be done. Whatever has to be done, it has to be done. But take your time to done and put yourself right. Put yourself and these energies for it, for understanding the divine order, the divine authority, and the universe that comes within you to help you to create actions. They create a better cause. Talking about the law of karma, you're doing a good deeds come to you. You're doing bad deeds comes to you. But you're gonna pay for whatever you did, either in this lifetime or the next, because this has to be in order. But first, the balance comes in the order from within yourself. You're gonna be happy because you did this inner work. You're gonna be happy because you did all that. Because tomorrow you're gonna do something else. You're gonna be doing the expression. And in 2 days from now, the moon is gonna be in that divine position, so that divine expression. 11 o'clock and 11 minutes. The clock as people total average view durations on the video just came to me. So I want to give you a heads up about this a little bit. Here is what's going to happen in a day. The energy at 11 p.m. is going to be the same. And here is the energy in 2 days from now. And this is why it's important to understanding shadow work, that it's coming. Because later on you're going to be expressing, but you're also going to execute divine order from within. But if you didn't listen Saturn, if you're not seeing the visions, if you're not seeing behind the veil, you will not understanding all this. But if you did, you see the moon and the midheaven have a beautiful connections with Mercury, and they have divine aspects in there from Saturn. have a very beautiful aspects of the divine from the sun, Mars, and Uranus going in with that inner work. But all this it's gonna be starting today. All right, guys. Hopefully that report reach you, and hopefully this helps you in your life. All right, guys. So drop me a comment for it, or if you need something, you guys know where to find me. Thank you so much. Be love and wish you good luck. Wish you good luck. Hi, CC. Confusion brings clarity. Yes, when you confuse, meditate to bring clarity. Exactly, CC. And this is a one thing. Hope that the people will understand. When you have confusion, go seek, go be within. When you have to willing to have uncomfortable communications with yourself and others to clarify the confusions. But before you clarify it and be ready to clarify confusions with others, you better clarify the confusions first. Where? Within. So, yes, totally agree with you. You've seen it, right? All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. CC, thank you for the comment. Let me give you some parts.